to help you be successful. That's my job. Believe it. I've been doing this 27 years. That's a fact. Disney ESPN ain't going to help you because none of them know the right side. Trust me, they know nothing. Let's kick their ass. They don't know the damn thing about handicap. And I'm coming after you, Disney. I'm the guru. I'm Sportsguru.vegas. That name was earned by picking winners. That's how it works. Make no mistake, I'm here to win. That's right. I'm here to win. Welcome to my show. We're live, Sports Guru Vegas, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the greatest city in the world. And we had I want to say real quick, Gurus, technical problem yesterday with the show. That's why you only caught about 5 seconds of it, some of you. That won't happen again. So, we're making a transition. And I'm getting all this done on myself here to take care of you guys. We did release the games on TikTok and Twitter, and we lost both round robins, 1 and 2 on both. The college basketball went 2 and 2, and then the NBA went 0 and 2, and we split it. So that's how that went. NBA is difficult, Gurus, and I told you guys that, but we're gonna keep playing it because we're going to have our pockets. We went 3-0 a couple days ago, and lately it's been 0 and 4 or whatever. So it's a long process, and we will have our weeks that will do well. And this is the reason I bet the round robins. Exactly the reason, because when you have these seams, so when we have these weeks that we're going to have a good week, and we will have that, our profits are going to go up dramatically. When that happens, we have to be ready for that. And the round robin allows for that to happen. And that's why we use that strategy on my show. And welcome to the newcomers on the show, the TikTok followers and the Twitter followers. We've been getting videos out, getting followers on that. Signed up a couple people on the YouTube yesterday. I finally got out of my house. It's been almost 2 weeks. I was able to get to a doctor's appointment, stop and see an old friend, and then hit home. Bought a couple hats that I needed, right? Right, Gurus. Haven't been able to leave for 2 weeks, the house. It's a tough virus to get over. But, the good news is I was able to do this show the whole time. It wasn't easy. I had a lot of sweat coming off of me, and my hats got drenched. It's a mess, these viruses. It's been going on for 3 years, as we all know, and I've gotten the brunt of it. I had it attack me, and once you catch the China virus, you're more likely to catch it again, and that's kind of how it works. So if you haven't had many problems from it, you're not going to get that sick. And I have friends that haven't been sick hardly at all. That sore throat, maybe, but it's really. And as you know, Gurus, it's taken a lot of people out that would be alive today, right? It attacks older people with weak immune systems or younger people with the weak immune systems. And so, I did a show 3 years ago called Sports Chef Guru. And I did that show because I wanted to help men my age recover from health issues. I had a nutritionist, I still do. From a natural grocer. That's a store I used to go to. I still do go to it. And the key to blocking disease or preventing it from getting worse, right? Going to the hospital is, I can tell you, Gurus, 100% that the nutrition information and knowledge I have about supplements and food is the only reason I'm alive right now. That is a fact. Because I've had long haul for 3 years, most of it. Long haul basically means you have half the energy at best you used to have. And if you mix that with a person of my age, well, then you're talking about a very difficult existence, right? We get older, we already have to do things just to give us enough energy to do the basic things. So I have, and I'll tell you, Gurus, I wasn't feeling well for so long that I that I had to not do the show at all. It took that much out of me that I could not, with any certainty, be confident I could do a show. And even this year, I was supposed to start this show at the beginning of the season. We didn't start it till week 11. So I still was dealing with the complications, very serious ones. And I'm not here to complain. I'm actually, welcome to my show again. I'm going to say that because yes, sports betting is why we're here. We're here to win. We're here to win sports bets. But life happens, gurus. It always happens. This is not a right. It's a privilege to be able to do sports betting. You have to have enough disposable income to be able to afford to do it. And B, you have to have a lot of time if you want to do it properly. So I started this show, gurus, because I have the time to do this. I've been working a long time in Las Vegas, and that helped me have a life that's a blessed life. It's reasonable. I have what I need. I'm not wealthy. I'm not rich, but I have what I need. And I have enough to invest in this show to reach out to people who have little or no experience. When I'm out there with people and I meet them, some of them will say to me, I just started looking into sports betting. And when they tell me that, I chuckle because I know I've been doing this for almost 30 years. It's a very long time. And I've been helping people make money for 25 of those 30. It took me 5 years to get to a position I could start helping people. That tells you how long it takes. And after that, you have to keep getting better. Well, guess what? They're getting better too, right? It's they don't want to lose money. They're here to collect 10 cents both ways, right? Guru likes the side. They hoping other people like the other side. They'll balance the money and take their 10 cents either way or more. That's how it works. So what do we have to do? We have to make sure we win more games than we lose above the juice, right? So that's a big challenge. And so far we're competing. We're not in the black. We're competing. We're not in the black right now. We got to get in the black. But I can tell you right now, there's no one capable of doing this more than me. You're not going to find this information, this knowledge anywhere else. There's no shows that can offer this. There are some shows, gurus. There are podcasts, as you guys well know, with professional handicappers like myself. And again, I can't speak for those people. When I talk about people on my show, I talk about Disney, ESPN, all of the major networks with all of their cast of characters who do not know how to win. And I know that because I've been watching these shows for years. And I don't watch them, to be quite honest, because I know the content in their shows is not helping anyone. I get these text messages from First Take, and they have these. Molly gives her New Year's resolution. Okay, what does that have to do with winning? The other one was Allen is he going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback for the Bills? Who knows? Who cares? How is that going to help you this week today? And the other one was whether or not Jackson is going to be successful in the postseason with the Ravens. Now, the last time I checked, postseason isn't for a couple weeks, and they're going to get a bye. That's actually 3 weeks away from this weekend, right? How's that going to help you? It's not. It's not. What else can they talk about? So they talk about what's already happened because that's easy. You just play the highlight reel and you describe what happened. Well, guess what? I think we're smart enough to follow that and understand that. Well, it's too late by then. Once they give you that information, the game's over. Right? Who cares? Okay. Is it nice to watch highlights? Yes, of course. And that's how they make money. They know that enough of us, whether we're professionals or not, or whether we're good or compete or can't, are going to watch the high. We want to see what happened to our investment. That's exactly what we want to do. So good. They're good at that. They are good at that. They're good at information, right? So they have information. They can reach out to these organizations because of their network stand privilege where they're standing at, and they can get information, and that is necessary to help me make better decisions. So for that reason alone, they're worth watching at some level. Generally, my experience is about the first half hour, they give you enough. But, there's weather information, and all this stuff matters at some level. How it matters, that's up to the individual. I am your guide, gurus, and I've been saying this now. This is our 6th week. I am your guide, and use me as your guide. But we're going to get hot here pretty soon. We have a lot of games. Today we have just one round robin. That's why I'm spending a little more time on the front end of the show. Just one today. There's a pretty reasonable sized board in college basketball, NBA, and hockey. But I came up with just 3 bets. I talked to Mark. We do the work. Takes us about 2 hours to get it done. And we have 3 bets for you guys today, and I'm going to share those with you. And we're not going to do a full show today because we only have 3 bets. But I like to talk shit about this insanity that's out there, right? With it's a lots of mess going on. We got a former president getting knocked off of ballots. That's never happened in our history, right? So we got to deal with that, and being potentially locked up and for what? That's these dreamed up charges that everyone successful does. If you know anything about business, Guru does. I've been in my own business for 32 years. So most of these charges, according to even lawyers who are very knowledgeable, are not going to hold. So we're wasting a lot of taxpayer money trying to lock someone up who's leading the presidential race. And think about that. Where are we as a country? So let me tell you what Guru did. He's been censored now on Facebook for the last 3 years. Sure, I can post things once in a while. Sometimes they block it. Doesn't matter what the post is, right? They say I have to meet community standards. Well, what is that? That's their community, not mine. Do they live in my neighborhood? Of course they don't. So what community are they speaking of? Oh, the one that's in their cyber offices where they have probably a half dozen idiots controlling and trying to monitor what everyone says, right? And we know how biased they were if you were a Trump supporter. They're biased as all hell. You could say whatever you want as a Democrat, but you're the Trump, that's it. You're kicked off repeatedly. And that's when I first started getting angry. And then the China virus came in, and then it affected me on a very personal, deep level. And just like cancer affects some people, right? If cancer's been very devastating to your family, that's going to be on top of you in the forefront of your head. So we got to avoid cancer. Well, we can't because we make more cancer than we get rid of. That's always going to be like that. They raise billions of dollars, nothing. We create more, just like life generally. They create more problems than they can ever raise money for, and it's a vicious cycle. And I don't even need to get into war. That's a whole nother issue. Um, and one of the reasons, gurus, I love sports betting is because it takes me away from all that nonsense. It's a lot of nonsense going on. And I'm going to tell you guys another thing. At my very worst, when I was very close to being hospitalized with the China virus, I actually still bet my NFL games. I actually put a bet in. I couldn't watch the games because I couldn't look at my television. It hurt too much. So I would turn over and listen to the games, whether it was a television program or it didn't matter. How are you going to run a show when you're about to die? Right? And the long haul lasted 2 months. I got sick again. I got sick every 3 months with China virus in the first year. And then that includes the shot that almost killed me, that I never took another one. So I certainly don't recommend that. That's a nightmare. But the whole thing's been a nightmare. Okay, and sports is my way is of coping with all this. It's one of the big ways. It's been a very instrumental. As a matter of fact, it raised my level of loving it more. At first, I hated it. Right? They canceled the games. They canceled the baseball and the basketball games. They played the playoffs in a bubble. They split the baseball season in half. There were no fans hardly. It was disgusting. Then the World Playoffs and World Series are played in a bubble on a neutral site in Texas, the World Series, because that's the only place they could find that would allow a game to be played. It's a nightmare. And this was devastating to a long time, especially when it affects my business. I shut down. I got so disgusted, shut it down, and continued to get sick. Enough where I just never had the desire and will to do this show until this year. And I made a promise. I said, if I get well enough, that means if I feel just okay, I'm going to do this show. And I am so motivated, gurus. And what do I have to do here to be successful? I've got to deliver games that can help you compete. And then we need to start winning. Okay. That's what I have to do to help. That's my responsibility. And I have to be accountable for that to you guys. Let's see here. We got put this up here. So we'll do a little bit of they call it captions right here. Sportsguru.vegas, that's our handle. Log on. So how can you help Guru? I got to do my part. Make sure these games are into you guys. Your part is to help spread the word for me. And we're gradually getting followers, right? This is a very competitive business. There's a lot of podcasters out there now. That's why I started in 19 to get ahead of it more. That didn't happen because of the pandemic. So now here we are. But here we are. And a lot more states have legalized gambling. A lot more states have apps you can download to bet in your own individual. So this business I'm in of information, that's what it is. It's a business of information, is getting more and more more and more people are gravitating. It's very difficult to win. So most people go on the networks, they don't win, right? So then they start searching, and that's what we want. I want you to search. If there's someone winning more than Guru, and there probably is, find them and bet with them, female or male. But I'm going to be here for the long haul. That's a fact. I'm going to be here for the long haul. And my numbers will be just as strong or stronger than the best when it's all said and done. That's a fact. I'm doing this a long time. We're not even close to the beginning of the season. I just looked at 50 college basketball games, at least 60, and I have one bet out of them all. We're not even into the thick of, not even close. But we're going to be, and you got to be ready for that. And if you're not ready for that, that's where I come in. I'll help you get ready for that. So I wanted to just go over the games for today that we're going to release. I'm going to put it up now. We have one round robin today, and I want to talk about that with you guys real quick. And again, sorry about yesterday. We had technical difficulties. And I basically, but today we have our round robin. We're going to play Ohio State against Missouri in the bowl game, and that's an instinctual bet for Guru. I've spent all year betting and watching college football, and I believe Ohio State's a better team than Missouri, or I wouldn't be betting this game. Another thing is Ohio State has a lot more to lose by not winning this game. They have a bigger fanfare. They have a huge booster support, tremendous fan support. They're going to bring a lot of fans to this game. We're not sure how many players are going to sit out. There are some that will, but Missouri's going to have some players that sit out too. So on this particular bet, we're going to go 100% on the money line, and we're going to take Ohio State in this game. Now, this year, Gurus were 4-2 in the bowl games, so that's pretty good. We're hitting 65%. We're winning in the NFL this year, and we're going to go over some NFL. I'll briefly talk about it with you today. Okay, there's no game tonight. There's one tomorrow. We're not betting that game, but I will do a show Sunday morning, and I will give you picks for Sunday morning. I went over them today already, and we have a couple strong plays. I think you guys will be interested. Should have about 2 round robins that day, at least. Now, our goal, Gurus, is not to release a lot of games. It's to release games that can make you money. So whether I have 3 games or 3 round robins or 1 or 2, it makes no difference. My goal is to give you whatever I know has a financial advantage for the whole years, not just this year, next year. And it's all about matchups. So no matter what you know, right? You can know what I know, but if you don't do the work, you're not going to get the results. And why is that any different than any other thing in life? Right? And I think that matters. In life, you should get only what you put into it. Life should work that way. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you don't do that, you're probably not living as good a life as you should. If this was easy, first of all, there would be no book here. That means the books wouldn't be open for business. We wouldn't be able to bet because they'd be losing all the time. So they're not going to do that. So what they're going to do is make it complicated. And then they're going to make it so only a small handful of people who are willing to invest a lot of time and are willing to do it for the long haul have a chance can compete with them. And I'm one of those people. I've been living here since 98, betting almost every sport. So I'm pretty knowledgeable about it. And you can tell we're still battling here. We're still not in the black with someone with my experience level. But that should change here. We got a lot of games coming up that have more fundamentals to them. We're going to get into the depth of the college season, and that's how we're going to make money is college basketball, right? Because they have the most games. That's the easiest for me to find the best bets on a consistent basis. And then we need hockey and NBA to hold their own. And hockey's been better. NBA's been choppy. Hockey's been better lately. So we need to maintain that and improve upon that. So let's finish these games today. Stony Brook in college basketball, and I put 100% on the money line for that game. Again, out of all the games I looked at, I have Stony Brook today, right? So they better win because I'm going to look like an idiot if they don't. So they better win today. And then I went into the NBA and I took the Spurs on the money line. And I took the points for 80%, money line 20. They beat this team in Portland earlier. And that means, we're talking about 2 of the worst teams in the Western Conference and in the league for that matter. And I have the best player. That's a fact. Wamby's the best player. And they won already, so they know how to win here. They're a young team, 2 young teams battling it out. Well, we have the advantage. We believe we're taking the 6, buy it to 6 if it's 5.5, right? So we have a saying in my show. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Here it is. Buy to tie, right? Buy to tie. That's very important. The other one is buy off 1 point. So if you have the favorite, buy off that, take the money line, or buy to a half if you have, but just take the money line. And if you're getting a point, home or road, you buy it off the 1. What if you lands on 1 and you tie because you didn't buy the damn point? Those are things you have to do. There's some things after that are some people don't bet money lines at all. Some people only lay the points, and there's nothing wrong with that, Gurus. My experiences, and in any given year, you have to find the best value. What I mean by that is, so if you look at the games we bet, I'll go back to this game. And if you're new to the show, Most of the time, I have an 80-20 split, 75-25. What that means is we take the points for most of the money. If we're betting the favorite, we lay the money line for most of the bet. The secondary bet on the dog will take the money line, which is an accelerated plus, and on the favorite, we'll lay the points. And why do we do that? Because you have to. You want to balance those points. You have to bring value to your profit and loss statement. You can bet games that are $4 favorites, parlay them together. You might have some success on the short term. You're not going to last. There's no value. So the challenge, gurus, is to find games with good value that you win enough so you can make a profit. That's the challenge, and it's a difficult one. But I'm here to help you with that. These are the games I'm giving you. I bet every day. I bet them generally before the show or immediately after. I would never give you a game I'm not putting money on myself. Now, we know Stephen A. Smith doesn't even bet sports. He's made that very clear. Yet he's the leading person on the talk show circuit for sports, not sports betting. But let's face it, gurus, a lot of bettors watch these shows because why? They're available and they put celebrities on, right? Or players who used to be Hall of Famers or are going to be Hall. And by the way, I have nothing against these guys, especially the players, because to play at the level that these young men play at is exceptional. They're exceptional talents. But that does not equal exceptional betting or exceptional handicapping. In fact, it's the opposite. They don't have a clue how money works in this business. They only can really see things from a competitive standpoint. That's not enough in this business. So you have to have a lot of years of experience looking at matchups, and I do, of all these sports and understand how randomness works. What is randomness? That means the result. It's completely random most of the time. So how do you turn something random into something you can predict and depend on? Well, there you go. There's your challenge. That's my challenge. I'm the one who started this show. You didn't. You're watching me so I can help you, and that's what I'm here to do. So we spent a lot of time on these games today, and this is all I came up with. I'm used to having more bets, but as we go through this, gurus, we're narrowing this board down, right? We need to get the profits up. And that means we got to do whatever we can to make sure we have winning bets. Do everything possible. And that's what we're going to keep doing, right? That's what we're going to keep doing. So I want you to stay with me. You should, because why wouldn't you? You have no other choice. There are other choices out there, but I want to let you know I'll be here for the whole season. I've been here for 25 years, so I ain't going anywhere. I'm used to this. I know how to get through all this. That's the mark of a good handicapper. How do you get through it? And then when you find your seam, you got to take off and have a couple good days in a row, 3, 4 days, maybe a week. But whatever it is, we got to take care of business. So I believe it starts today. Now, Ohio State, I have as a instinctual. What I mean by that is I've watched the teams this year. I looked at their schedules. I believe they both played weaker schedules, even though one's in the SEC. So I looked at everything and I said, well, Ohio State's a better team. Visually, I can say that I've seen them. I've seen Missouri. I bet on both teams and against. And I can tell, I believe Ohio State's the better team. They have one loss, and that was just to Michigan. We had Michigan in that game. It was a home game for Michigan, and they covered and won. You know, it was a good game, but they won. And I told everyone that Michigan was a better team, and they were. They proved it. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to bet Stony Brook in college basketball. That's our only bet today, so we better win, right? Better win. And then we have the NBA, right, which has been chopping lately. So we do if they had a game today. Maybe we get to catch the money line on that game. So I have that at 20% for the money line for the Spurs. They can win this game. They already did. So, um, but I want to let the new followers, the new subscribers, and the new people watching to understand. I bet round robins when I release these games. It even says it. Round robin is a parlay. So you still have, but you don't have to win all the games on the round robin. You can, if you have 3 games, you can go 2-1, and on -110 juice, you will actually make a little money instead of not winning anything at all. Now you have to invest more. Excuse me. You have to invest more, and that's where you got to have the experience. And again, I have to guide you guys into making this work because you are investing more for that one loss to keep you in positive equity. So that means we have to go 2-1 most of the time. And we don't want to go 1-2. And in wage gurus, it's better to go 0-3. That means you get true value. That means you're laying less to lose every game. Do I like going 0-3? No, but I'd rather go 0-3 than 1-2 betting round robins. So the key is to go 2-1 and 3-0. That's our objective. That we have to do that more than anything. But I want to let the new viewers know. I've been saying this for weeks now. You'd be doing better betting straight. You'd be doing better not doing the round robin, betting straight. That's the truth. It's my job to be honest with you guys. However, I bet the round robin because that's what I like to do. But I do bet straight too, gurus, and I keep saying that. It just depends. But my primary bet is the round robin. So I'm not doing as well either as I should be. But this is my show, and it's called Round Robin Hoods. That's the name. That's the name of the website and of the company. So obviously that's my niche, if you will. And I noticed when I was starting to do this, I didn't see anyone else doing it. And the reason why is it takes another level of sophistication that I have to meet that standard. That's tough, but I got to do it. I'm here every day. And then we have the Spurs. So this is our 3-teamer today, gurus. I've left it up. In the future, I would like, as this show grows, it's going to grow because of the participation in it. So what does that mean? I need people that are subscribers and followers to participate. I've been saying this every day. If you're from another place, let's see if I got any today. I did get one. Hold on. Let's see. I didn't look for this. I'm new to this. Probably Mark. Yes. So here's what Mark said. Here. Mark's my partner. Let's see if he goes on here. There he goes. So Mark's our partner, my partner, and he's our partner. And he said money management is a key part of all investing, especially sports betting. And he's right, right? So how do we do that? Well, the round robin forces you to bet the same on each game. That's it. You can't bet 20, 10, and 15. You have to put the same amount, 20, 20, 20. So in a way, that's helping you. It does me because there's money lines. Sometimes you have to bet, 28 to make 20 on one game, 22 to. So it makes it easier for me to put everything the same, stick it in there, make my secondary bet with the more riskier investment, which is to take plus money line and lay points. And that makes it easier for me. And I don't mind that. And I've given up some profit for that this year, but I don't care because it always comes back. But Mark's right about money management. And when you think about it, and we'll close here shortly, gurus, money management is critical. So what does that mean? When by betting the round robin, I usually don't add to the last game. So if I'm 1-1, I won't add usually to the third game, unless it's a bet I like a lot more. But we've seen that chopping. The bets I like more than others are doing no better than the bets so far. Let's remember, everything is so far. And I'm talking about for 6 weeks here. So, but that's going to change. That's just the way it is because nothing stays the same. So if you're good and you're struggling, you're going to start winning. That's a fact. I've been doing this a long time. So, but Mark's right. So for me, round robins keep me disciplined more. Okay. Now, if you're 2-0 and you got another game with a round robin, and a parlay would be the same, but you can hedge what we call the third game if you have time. So if you have the favorite, you take the dog, you try to win both sides. If you have the dog, you take the favorite, you try to win both sides, maximizing your round robin and hitting your middle. So there's other advantages to it than just the round robin. There's some equity position advantages. And that's as we go on, you'll see that. You'll see it for yourself. And you can make that call, gurus, for yourself, whether you want to hedge, whether you want to just let it go and take the profit. That's all your decision for you to make. And you're smart. You need to make that. Another thing I tell the gurus I've had is to mix your bets with my bets. If you like one of these games, the best thing to do is to bet my games consistently for my results, so for my percentages. But if you've been mixing on your own and you're doing better, certainly keep doing it for now. Wait till you see, Guru hitting his games more solidly and do what you want. But if you're winning, keep going. I'm here to help you win more. I always tell people that. And if you're not winning, now you're going to start competing. And I'll keep saying that every day because that's the truth. This is very sophisticated. If you look at the round robin today, it's all three sports. It's college football, college basketball, and NBA. So it's three different sports. And you have to have a lot of experience to be able to mix three sports, put them on a ticket, and hit it. And we hope to do that today. We feel like we should do that today. We feel like that every day, but there are games that, for example, I know they're not that good at bets as much, so I will put those together. And usually that works out, but I'll be on, gurus, those tickets can hit too. I don't put anything out that I don't know has an advantage for all these years of me doing this. I just won't do it. Whether it's not as good as another game I like is meaningless. If it's out here, that means I know I have to bet it, and that means if you're following me, bet it. That's how it works. So I want to thank you guys for being here today. We had one round robin. Tomorrow it's going to be a very busy day, and I know I keep saying that, but tomorrow is on Saturday. We do not do a show, and why is that? Because there's a lot of games, and it's unlikely I can get the games done in time to do the show for you and be able to do the show. It's a lot of work. But if I can do one tomorrow, I will. It's just unlikely. I will do a show on Sunday, though. That's my commitment I made to you guys about 3 weeks ago. And I've done that every week. I usually come on for 20, 30 minutes, talk about the NFL. And the NFL is getting interesting, right? It always is. We have 2 weeks left in the season, and then we go into the postseason. So we want to see how we can arrange all these games so we can make a profit. Okay. And we have some bets we've lined up for Sunday. So tomorrow, no show most likely. So what you do is you go on Twitter and TikTok like you did yesterday, and you'll get my bets on Twitter and TikTok because I'm going to put them all on there, right? That's what I've been doing lately. They're 15, 20-second videos. They explain what I'm betting. Get to, bet them. That makes it easy for you guys to follow, okay? Also, if you could share the show with your friends, right? Get some subscribers for gurus, some followers. I'd appreciate that. I need to build this show up so eventually I can pay people to run the show for me. And we're going to grow. And as we grow, our set will get bigger. I'll add celebrities on here eventually. My partner Mark will be coming on here in a couple weeks. He's going to come down. He'll be on the show. So we're going to, as the show grows, it won't just be me here. I'll be the host for most of it. I'll take some time off when I find a co-host. But right now it's all me. And I knew that when I signed up for this. And I had to be ready for it. And I've done reasonably well, gurus. I've tried to be here for you guys, whether I was sick, no matter how I felt. I wanted to be here for you guys and show up. That's why you're watching me. So I got to maintain that for you. So here's your round robin today. It's one of each sport, right? and enjoy the game tonight. It's a late game, Ohio State. They need to win. They're usually a big money school, big money team. They usually take care of business when they need to. And I'm anticipating that tonight. We should win the Stony Brook game. We've narrowed it down to just that game today. And the Spurs have some history, beat this team already, and they're getting 6 on the road. So we're going to take that. So I want you to come back Sunday, actually. And I usually shoot the show between 9:30, but I like to get it out by 9 so I can get done by 9:30 and we can get ready for the Sunday games. That's what I try to do. But it's at some point of the morning, and I will, hit your alerts on your phone, and then I'll pop up and you'll know what time when I'm on. You'll actually get an indicator of when my show's starting, and that's the best way. You can hear whatever it is I need to share about the game. I know a lot of people like to listen to sports talk, and that's why I'm here. Also, I know there's some news that matters, and I like to talk about that and how I put my spin on it and how that affects us in betting. And that does matter. And there are interesting segments to talk about and stories. And as we go on, gurus, I'll share more and more of that. But the show is simple right now. Get the games out, support it with some knowledge of my history, why I'm doing some things. I share that with you guys. And that should empower you to help you with your own bets. And that's why I'm here. And in the future, there'll be a lot more people that'll be commenting on this show, which is what we want, right? That's how we share ideas. That's how we get smarter and we get better. We don't censor people on Guru's show. This show doesn't censor people. Matter of fact, we encourage people to comment because this is a difficult, this sophisticated industry here we're embarking on. And any help we can get from information and knowledge, we're going to take it. And we're going to help us gurus make money with it. So tomorrow we'll be releasing the short videos on TikTok, Twitter. Sunday, I'll do the show in the morning for NFL and any other bets we have for that day, NBA or hockey, whatever's rolling for that day. And let's get this show in the black, and let's maintain that by just putting good bets out there for you guys. That's my job. So I look forward to that task. Tomorrow's going to be another busy day, and we'll be at work hard to try and get you guys, find you some good bets to make some money. So look for that on TikTok, Twitter tomorrow. I appreciate you guys viewing this show and subscribing and following. We need to grow that exponentially by millions, and that's my goal. But you do that by being around and being dependable, and that takes time. So we're going to get there. So come back Sunday morning for the show. Look for the short videos for hoops tomorrow and anything else we're betting, bowl games. It'll all be on TikTok, Twitter. Follow me if you haven't. Ask your friends. Get this show. Let's get it built up so we can get big, make a difference. Come back Sunday morning. Thank you for watching today. I love you guys. God bless you, and see you on Sunday.